Now, today we'll be talking about the painting, the canvas that you need to do. Okay. And people call it as a vision board in some of the other form as well. Okay. When you have identified your strength that is being used for the achievement, you identify your weaknesses that is being used for the improvement. So achievement and improvement has to go together. It cannot be just about the achievement. Okay. So improvement and the achievement, that is what we are going to paint in our life. Now, there are three areas or a tripod, you can say, on which our life is placed. Consider it as a tripod where you are just sitting there. Okay. And these three areas are health, wealth, and relationship. I've given you the goal template. I hope you guys have actually taken that and use it for your goal creation. Okay. Now, health, wealth, and relationship, which are the major area, and then you can actually do the sub branching and all this time. But in this three area, if we are probably struggling in any of the area, the other two are going to be affected as well. How many of you have experienced that? Yeah. So if you are suffering from, let's say, some health issue, regardless of how much money you have, how much bigger position you have, doesn't matter because you're still suffering. Okay. If your relationships are not so good enough, okay, regardless of how many crores you earn or regardless of how healthy you are, it doesn't work out. Same way, if both of them are there, health and relationships are there, and you feel I'm very happy, content, and so on and so forth, your family will ask you, okay, well, why not we go to Goa or GLR? Why don't you take us? Then you'll say, I don't have money. So it doesn't work. Okay. So you need to understand, then your relationship go down. All right. So the question is whether we can maintain the balance. A lot of people look for the work-life balance. That's what we call, right? Work-life balance is very much possible when we integrate our actions and intention together, okay, and make it as a part of your life. So if you say, okay, today I'll be working for 12 hours. After that, 2 hours I'll be giving it to my family, 2 hours to myself, and then rest of the time I'll be sleeping. That's how your cycle will work. How many of you are able to maintain that cycle? Difficult, honestly, right? So when you say 12 hours of working, 2 hours of family time, 2 hours of your me time, and then moving to the sleep. Now, every day that consistency may not be required, but over a period of time, when you accumulate that work-life balance and convert into something which is much more significant for you, which is called your canvas of your life. Okay. So let's say today you are probably at an X position. Over a period of time, you accumulate the skill, you accumulate the awareness, you accumulate the exposure, and leverage your strength. If you do all these four, you are able to probably create something which is more significant to talk about. So your current position, because you are in that current position, it is not significant for you. But ask your juniors, do they get inspired by your position? The answer will be yes. Yeah? They get inspired by your position. They get inspired by your salary. They get inspired by your relationship network and so on and so forth. So what is not appreciated by you, that is your current position, is a dream of somebody. Okay. Same way, you also have a certain dream. So you say, I want to be the VP, I want to be in my boss position, I want to be the CXO, and so on and so forth. So the people who are sitting there, they may not be appreciating that position, but you appreciate it. Okay? So can you actually create a canvas in your life where you create the vision for your life in these three areas at least? Okay. Now the three areas require for you to probably write down something in terms of what would be your, because we are talking about the career aspect as well. Okay. So one is the personal aspect, which is your health relationship aspect of it. Wealth creation require your work. Wealth creation require your skills. Wealth creation require your accomplishment. So I want you to write down in the three column in your notebook. Okay. Put the heading as a health, wealth, and relationship. Okay. And look at yourself and ask yourself what you can actually achieve, which is significant for you by the next 3 to 5 years. What you can achieve, which is significant to you by next 3 to 5 years, and put that as your vision. Okay. Health. So let's say I want to find myself as a fit, energetic, trim with the XYZ weight, XYZ fat percentage, and so on and so forth. Then next is your relationship. I want to have a cordial relationship with my bosses, my teammates, my this and that, with my in-laws, my friends. I should have at least 5 friends who I can hang out with in every year vacation, and so on and so forth. I have a great relationship with my children, spouse, and so on and so forth. Correct? And then you want to probably put the last one, which is a wealth creation, which will require, even in the relationship, you want to put the work environment as well. So instead of you facing the office politics and so on and so forth, you want to probably put that Okay, how do I have the positive work culture around me? So you want to put as a significant achievement for yourself. Yeah? That is how you paint the canvas of your life onto the paper. So dream work environment, skills. What are the skills that you need to build that you are equipped with? So today, if you have not identified your weaknesses, you might be missing that which skills need to be built. Okay? Which skills need to be built. If you identify the which skills you need to build, automatically you will understand that, okay, if I accomplish this skill, I will have a different results as well. Okay? Same way your accomplishment. So accomplishment in terms of, okay, do you want to have a material possession? Material possession could be your new house, new car, maybe a vacation, maybe something which you always desire. You wanted to buy that particular watch, particular thing in your life, phone, and so on and so forth. So material possession as an accomplishment. Position. Okay. What is the position that you want to achieve? That could be also accomplishment. Then comes your in terms of I would say accomplishment in terms of your impact. So impact could be that I was able to probably deal with the 200 people instead of 20 people. Okay. I am probably recognized as one of the thought leader in the XYZ industry. Okay. So that is called the accomplishment aspect as well. So both personal, material, from the relationship perspective, put the accomplishment as well. Okay. In all three areas, you can put the accomplishment. In all three areas, you can actually identify what are the skills required. So we often overlook the things called the relationship. Okay. And let me tell you, the relationship requires a regular maintenance. At work environment, your professional relationship requires regular reputation management. Correct? So every day, the personal relationship require the love, empathy, and all this aspect of it, emotional intelligence. At the same time, the professional relationship required you to build your reputation. So those who are in ELC, they know what is reputation management, right? So when you are talking about your relationship, it requires work. We take it for the granted, generally. Okay. We feel that we are a spouse, we have children, we are actually working for them, we are probably doing everything for them. So they should respect us automatically. They should consider us significant in their life automatically. How many of you have that myth? Myth. That is why I said myth. Okay. Many of us have that. Okay. So nothing wrong to have that myth unless it is broken. Okay. Nothing wrong to have that myth until it is broken. So when it breaks, then you feel hurt. But if you keep it that, okay, you're doing for yourself, and in the process, they are getting impacted. Now, then it will not hurt you. Make sense? You are growing. In that process, they are getting the impact. Okay? Then it will not hurt you. So you doing your karmas, and in that karmas, somebody is also getting benefited. Then your relationship will not hurt. Okay? So most of the time we feel bad about our personal people, our loved ones actually not recognizing our efforts. That hurts the most than the office people. Okay? Whether it is parents, whether it is spouses, children, and so on and so forth. But that's not true. They do appreciate, but it's a situational. They may not have the realization of the efforts. Correct? So you don't need to justify it, because the more you justify, the more they are going to ignore it. And it is tried and tested. That is the reason I'm telling you. Okay. So while you're going to build your vision, and few things which will help you to build your vision well. Okay? One of the things which is the skill aspect of it, because without skills, you will not be able to reach to that level. Okay, which is the skill aspect. Second is the strategy aspect. You cannot just go by the normal routine of hard work and expect that there will be a different result for you. Okay, so you need to have a skills, you need to have a strategy, and you need to have the system. That is, who are the people? What is the system, the structured way of following the things rather than the random way of following? So if I tell you, okay, identify the 3 skills, and you will say, okay, I want an emotional intelligence, communication, and the leadership skill, which is the most commonly talk about the skills, correct? Now, if I ask you, okay, what will you build first? And you're confused. How will you build it? You're confused. Now, that is where the structure and the system comes into picture, okay? Then comes the support. Support is, you can't actually go alone in this journey and achieve significantly, okay? We all know the team part, right? We call as a team that together we can reach farther. Why we call it as together we reach farther? Because the support system accelerates the process. That is why the together we actually reach faster. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, if you want to accelerate any learning, any achievement, you need to have the system and the support always required. Any field, doesn't matter where you are. Okay. Let's say you are going for the health. Okay. How many of you realize that going with your buddies in the gym will actually help you to reach many days in the gym rather than you relying on your willpower that I'll probably go to the gym. Correct? Why it works is because of this. Because there's a support system. You can exchange idea, which can accelerate process, and you can discuss a lot of things along the way and so on. And the last but not the least is called the synergy. Synergy is your sync energy. Okay, that is called the synergy. How will synergy come? When your heart is clean and your intention is right, the synergy comes. Heart is clean, intention is right, synergy comes. How will you create the clean heart? By forgiving the people. Okay, by expressing the gratitude. That is the cleansing of the heart. Okay, and your intention right. That's a vision board. That you want to create something which is significant, which is an intention. Making sense? So we talk about the skills, we talk about the strategy, we talk about system, we talk about the support, and then we talk about the synergy. All these 5 elements, just like the 5 elements in the nature and the 5 senses that you have, are required for any success. Okay? And if you do not have any of them right now, or some of them you are missing in your life and career, then these are the areas that you want to work upon. Okay? These are the areas that you want to work upon, because in the process, you might feel that you can walk alone. Unfortunately, it is not the case. You will always require help, and that is the 5 elements that you need to have. Okay, so you can remember as your 5 fingers, you can put the system, strategy, support, synergy, and your skill. Okay, whichever order is required for you right now. Okay, support, system, all these are elements which are essential elements. Same your 5 senses, same the 5 elements of the nature as well. Right? We enjoy every day. So all these are sync in the nature. That is why it is working. It is aligned in the universe. Okay. So identify those 5 elements for your vision board when you do that. Because once you identify these 5 elements which are missing, you will not be able to actually achieve that significant part. So also identify the 5 elements which are missing in your vision. Okay. And if it is missing, start taking it faster. Okay.
What happened? What happened?